Minecraft Hardcore is one of the hardest game modes, since you only have one life, just like real life. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but I have to spend 100 days here. You see, I want to prepare for the crazy projects I have in mind for next videos, and the first step of that is punching a pig. Boom, that is our first wooden sword in this world, and pickaxe. And after undoing Team Trees, I heard something drastic. Actually, it was just a zombie spawner. I killed those quicker than my New Year's resolution, and I realized I could use this as my first XP source.
This is like a mob grinder already. Let's save the cord so we can make a farm here later on.
After obtaining a shield, iron sword, and pickaxe to help me advance, I ran into a minecart with an amethyst geode. I love those blocks, so I grabbed some, but that was the biggest mistake ever, realizing I can only craft a spyglass. That's the most useless item ever. But after grabbing iron to make armor, I ran into my first encounter of death, when I ran into a poison spider spawn.
Oh, I got poisoned. Okay, we should probably break this just in case. Oh my gosh, I'm getting low.
Receiving the poison effect with no armor would bring my health to its lowest, and I could never flex my Minecraft skills if I died on day one. But I survived. I found my first few diamonds in a cave, and finally went to the surface where I found a shipwreck. It kinda had the worst loot I've ever seen in my life. I was so mad I just started killing some sheep. I made my first bed and I didn't want to have to deal with the strong mob so early on. And I completed my first day. Now it's day 2.
You may be asking, why are we smelting this copper? There we go, spyglass, even though I've off defined zoom.
On day 2, a dolphin led me to a ruined portal underwater. The chest had a golden apple which might help me in hardcore mode. Then I found education. Did you know pumpkins are rarer than diamonds? After receiving luck 1,000, I found a village. But when I took a look, there were only 2 villagers and 2 villager houses. Maybe I should breed them and then multiply the population by building a breeder.
Gucci. Oh, we just got like 5 from that.
So I made a glitch tree for wood and started placing my items in chests. I made a sugarcane farm to supply the Mexican cartel. Look, I want to get as rich as possible in these 100 days. Next, I made a list of what I want to accomplish over the 100 days. Number 1, I must gather myself a full set of diamond armor through only villager trades. Number 2, I must build an efficient villager breeder to produce as many villagers as possible. That's what I'm doing right now. Number 3, build as many AFK farms as possible, produce lots of riches. That's what I'm doing right now. Number 4, beat the Ender Dragon, in conclusion complete the end phase. I kinda want to speed this up a little. I'm building a villager breeder. What is that? It's basically a love machine. I force 2 people to breed so I can become a capitalist. Since carrots keep growing and the villagers throw food at each other, they breed. Minecraft makes more sense than chess at this point. After completing the breeder, I wanted to explore my world. I found a jungle with a ton of bamboo. I realized this would be good to have, so I could make a farm. I also found an azalea tree, which if you didn't know, always leads to a lush cave. It carries beautiful blocks and axolotls. I found one myself and claimed it as my own. After in the cave, I found a lava pool and wanted to prove I could make a speedrunner portal. Let's not talk about it. Instead, I mined the obsidian like a fool. I came back to day 7 knowing I could do this speedrunner portal. No tutorials needed or help. Just me and my dirt blocks and trusty bucket. Okay, maybe I used a tutorial. I had a dream, and I completed my task. All the haters say goodbye. I am a sub 10 speedrunner. On day 8, I crafted an enchantment table, and, well, that's literally it. Then I planted bamboo for the non-existent pandas. This will help me smelt stuff, and I can also use this to craft sticks. I visited my villagers to see if they made any kids, but nothing happened. This was the spark of the first problems I would have in my hardcore world. To lighten the mood, I also want to mention that the entrance to the breeder is 3 trapdoors. These are so cool, amazing, and efficient. I remember being flabbergasted every time I see those things. You'll better respect it. I also made a huge wheat farm. Wheat equals bread, bread equals breed cows, cows equal leather, leather equals bookshelves, bookshelves equal enchantments, enchantments equal power, power equals riches, so I think you understand now. I want to build a cool pen for my cows, since it's my plan to get a ton of leather. But before we build the cow pen,
If you subscribe and like, I will literally build my teacher in hardcore Minecraft. A tall pixel art vertical build. So do your thing and I will make this happen. Now back to the video. It's definitely not the best, but I like it. It'll be useful to breed all my cows there. Parrots and the bats. They bred. Let's go.
On day 13, I came back to the breeder. I need a place for the villagers to land. There's also a minecart system I might need to build so I can transport the villagers in a trading hall.
There we go. Oh my gosh.
I carved out a huge space for my trading hall. I turned it into a spruce railroad facility, and it looks amazing. I'm terraforming the land because later I'm going to be decking my base out with the best farms ever. On day 16, I spawned a baby chicken. A site told me to call it Philip Remington, so that's his name now. I'm gonna leave him underground because I'm a good father now. After terraforming, I terraformed under a cave, so I have to light it up. But this is my second instant of death. Dozens of mobs surrounded me, and I landed on 1.5 hearts. But luckily, I barely escaped. This made me realize what's really going on. Everything I worked towards could be deleted the instant I die. But you know what's more sad? It's day 19 and I'm building a huge wheat farm. And then black. Bro, I AFK till day 28. Like, are you serious? Just for my wheat to grow. Ugh. But I lied. I actually came back day 27 and found an enchanted golden apple. Maybe the stars aligned and actually wanted to give me luck. Probably not though. Then I enchanted my armor. I've almost lost my entire hardcore world.
Yes! Name tag! Oh my gosh!
Now why do I need this scrubby little item? Well, I need to build... No, my villagers! Well, I'm building an iron farm and needed a name tag for a zombie. But now I need to cure my villagers, because I also need villagers. Bro, 2 hearts! Oh my gosh. Bro, my villagers burned! I can't even cure them, I have to get new ones. I'm really happy because I got my 2 villagers back and they're breeding. And my iron farm is almost complete. I just need to rail the villagers up there, name tag a zombie, and get them up there. On day 37, I felt very risky and wanted to go to the nether. The spawn was crazy. Basalt, warp forest, and everything. I mined glowstone because I know potion brewing would be very important in these 100 days. I didn't want to be too risky though, so I made a small carrot farm, just so I could help the villagers out a little. Well, I lied, I'm back in the nether. You see, I need quartz, because I want to build a pumpkin farm. For a pumpkin farm, I need observers, pistons, redstone, hoppers, rails, so it's pretty expensive. I could sell all my pumpkins to villagers for a bunch of emeralds. On day 44, I came back with a bunch of quartz and made observers and started constructing the pumpkin farm. Pumpkins are one of the only crops I replant, because every time I want to replant my crops, I go through a mental breakdown. I found a good method to place the upside down pistons. I opened a trapdoor, then closed it, and crawled in a 1x1 space. Now I place all the upside down pistons on the crops. The next day was compiled of me farming wheat, feeding my villagers, and farming carrots. Then I had my first trade with villagers finally, and bought some bread. I made the small box and brought some sheep over. In this world, I'm gonna need lots of wool, so this will be useful. You know, I have a saddle, and I have diamond horse armor, so I tamed a horse. Write a name in the comments and maybe I'll name them that. Notice anything weird? All my advancements reset. Isn't it iron pick and diamonds?
Why did all my advancements reset? Good thing I don't really care about advancements, but if I had all of them, that'd probably be disappointing.
I am shearing pumpkins. I can turn these into jack-o'-lanterns and make a light source for all the pumpkins to grow. And with 0 materials left to this build, I am completed with it. The next day when my villagers were breeding, there was storm clouds. This was the reason why my villagers weren't breeding. But did I know the reason why? No. To put it straight, if I couldn't find the problem, over the 100 days, I can't use villagers to power my iron farm or even trade with them. It'd be essential to find the issue of what's going wrong with the villagers. But I guess we have to find the issue later. So I enchanted an axe and mined a lot of wood. I AFK'd for a little and found 3 villagers in my breeder. I carved a big space above the beds, and that seemed to work. So one of our problems in our hardcore world is finally solved. I transported all the villagers into the iron farm and now can operate. But they were breeding and I didn't want any more villagers there. So as you can see in chat, I was kinda mad. Then when night struck, I got my zombie and punched him like... Bro, I punched him a little too much, but I got him in there. I crafted a diamond axe and mined some wood. Today was more of a chillax day. I brought a villager to my trading hall and made him a weaponsmith. And I even upgraded him. I checked the pumpkin chest and there was so many pumpkins. Ever wonder why I built the iron farm or pumpkin farm? Well, to sell it to my villagers. I even upgraded it and now I have the iron trade. I only made the farm to sell pumpkins. Nothing else. This might be the weirdest day yet. Let me introduce Horse Day. Basically for the entire day, I'm gonna be staying on this horse and be doing activities. So I farmed some pumpkins I planted behind the pumpkin farm. I tried to reach the iron on the horse, but I couldn't. And I tried to go to the villager hall, and it almost worked. So I had to dig my way through. Was it worth it? I'm not sure. I even got to trade a iron on my horse. And I even bought some diamond armor. That's my first piece yet. I even found those darn pillagers. I killed that captain, but I didn't want to start a raid. I saw nightfall, and it was the end of Horse Day. But when I came back, I forgot I actually had bad omen and started a raid. And with only this armor, and being in hardcore mode, I had no chance. So to find techniques to kill the raid and successfully survive.
Oh no, me voy a morir. Deberías suscribirte antes.
Remember the hollow space under my base? Well, all the pillagers spawned there, and even the guy with the totem was there. So it was my goal to get a totem, because if I do, it's gonna be easier to survive in hardcore mode, but if I don't, I'll lose my entire world. Hey yo, let's go! Wait, it's not real life anymore. I have a second life. I received Hero of the Village. Now my villager prices are cheaper and I got a new advancement. Since I had a totem of undying, I went to the nether and found a bastion. I felt more safe looting it now. There's lots of treasure, gold, and everything. In this bastion, all the treasure is at the bottom. There's a bunch of gold blocks, but there's magma spawners, so I had to be careful. But the loot was super rewarding. I took all the netherware I got from the bastion and started planting it. I traded all my sticks from mining wood and finally got full diamond armor. I completed 3 out of the 4 tasks. Now it's time to prepare to beat the Ender Dragon. And my first step to do this is to get the mending enchantment. This took a while of upgrading, but it was well worth it. And the only way to advance was to AFK, since all my income was through my farms, pumpkin and iron. I trade with my farmers and weaponsmith and get so many emeralds. Wow, you like that montage? You know, whatever. Guys, you know how I'm Jeff Bezos in my hardcore world? Well, one problem. I still don't have a good credit karma. I plan to use the skeleton spawner as an XP source. I don't know how to build one, but I'm gonna try my best. The farm is complete, and since it's a skeleton farm, I'm pretty related to it, since I look like one IRL. It'll serve me really well and give me a bunch of XP. These were the results only after 1 day of AFKing. The bones will be really useful in case I have to grow anything with bone meal.
Day 85.
Then I got a cat. It's more for emotional support for the end fight. You see, there was a big problem in my hardcore world. I was about to go to the end and face the Ender Dragon, but my sword just got Unbreaking 3. I was clearly not prepared and I didn't know what to do. So the next days would be crucial to get all the resources needed to beat the Ender Dragon and survive my hardcore world. And I had to take a risk. Zombify all my villagers to get lower prices. I think it's a great idea because I'm running out of emeralds and cheaper prices would be nice. But it didn't matter. I had to get ender pearls and get ready for the end fight. The clock was ticking and I had to complete all my challenges before the 100 days were up. Once again, I'm at the skeleton farm. Every build I've built so far has been useful.
and this one showed to be useful as well. Then I collected wool, because I can make beds, and if I use the beds against the dragon, it'll go boom 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 boom. After I crafted all the Eyes of Ender, I was ready to face the end. And I guess you could say Horse Day commenced again. The end is usually 1,000 blocks away, so this would be kind of a journey. And then a day later I found the stronghold, and almost right away I found the portal. That's not good. Maybe it's the fact I didn't put deodorant on that day, or I didn't have enough eyes to open the portal. So guess what, I literally had to go back all the way to my base, get in the nether, and farm blazes. I should have got extra. I finally opened the end portal when I got back, but before I had to put a pumpkin in so the enderman wouldn't attack me. Bro, that was a glitch? Almost dying to a glitch, I have to face the end now. But first I wanted to get an achievement with a spyglass. Is that a plane? But now it's serious. I have to get all the crystals and kill the dragon. My first strategy was to bow down the ender dragon, and then go in and blow it up with beds. It's all coming to an end. All the days in this world coming to this moment. Every sword I crafted, every villager I killed, every time of despair and hope, every moment about to lose everything, all the farms I built, all worth it. I killed the ender dragon. I peacefully grabbed the dragon egg and left the end, watching night fall until day 100, because simply I didn't have to do anything. I completed all my tasks and persevered. I realized it's the journey that gets you there that is more special than the end. Surrounded by my pets and hard work, I slept on day 99 to day 100. I hope you all cherish this video. Subscribing and liking only shows how passionate you are to see all my next videos. This was the journey of my first 100 days in hardcore Minecraft.